tick all these boxes. Boom, boom, boom. they're saying they've got no audio on you, Merc. Give me 1 second. Can chat tell me if you got audio on me? It sounds like they've got no audio at all. No sound at all. Okay, no, so they've got audio on me. All right, so hang on 1 second. We'll get you fixed. That should do it. Merc, if you want to.
Yep. Hey guys, all right. Somebody want to confirm that we've got audio?
There we go.
All right, that's working. There we go. Quick
So,
fix, guys. All right,
sorry
so
about that.
all good, man. Hey, it's the first time for everything. Um, so I'm here with Bad Rock, and this is our first ever live draft. So um, we're going to get started because we got about maybe 20 minutes before these guys get the captains start taking off, and you guys all find out where you're going to be landing for the next 4 months or so. So well, let's talk about a couple things, and we're going to have a little teaser now that for the end, if you stay through the draft, at the end of the draft, we're going to be releasing some really cool information. So, in regards to Sunday Cup, so you don't want to miss that. So, just even after the draft is done, hang with us for a few minutes. It's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming. So, all right, Bad Rock. Well, let's talk about it. So, what do you expect to happen today?
Oh, I mean, I expect there's going to be some joy, some tears, a lot of high emotions. I think everybody's excited to learn their fate, like you said, and it's going to be super exciting to see where everybody winds up. I know last year some of the picks seemed confusing, like when I got picked by TX Speedstars, and yet somehow we brought the McLaren to first place. I say we, I'm taking a lot of the credit for that, but I'm taking no credit for that. It's obviously Tex and the boys in GT3 that scored most of those points. But it's exciting. It's exciting to be here, and it's exciting to find out, where everybody's going to wind up and how the next season's going to shape up. What kind of new rivalry is going to form? What team might run away with it? Who's looking strong? Who's looking weak?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, the way the draft is going to work this season is captains. We have 7 of them. The draft order is going to be first pick is going to be captain number 7 up to 1. And captains have 4 choices that they need to make. They can pick their other GT3 driver. They have to make 2 GT4 driver selections, and they have to pick an order in which the car manufacturer selection order that they choose. So strategically, they can choose to come right out the door instead of grabbing a guy, grab car pick number 1, or they could put that at the end and go ahead and get a driver, GT3, GT4. So it'll be interesting to see how each captain chooses their strategy.
Looks like some of the news is starting to come across the wire here, so it'll be exciting. They're kind of pinging us to see if we're ready to field this and do the coverage, and I could not be more excited. I get to pretend like I know anything about how sports work, so it's a brand new experience for me. Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
I will be interested to see who the first picks go, though. But so back over here, I don't have the pick order for me. There we go. It's Glovis. Who do you think Glovis is going to take first? Oh, they lost audio when I moved over, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll fix it while we're talking though, so don't worry about that.
All good. So I don't know. Glovis came from GT4 all the way to GT3 captain status from last season to this season, and he slid in at slot number 7 for captains, and so he's got first pick. So if he goes for that strong GT4 driver, that could be it. He could go with the other GT3 driver. Or like I say, he might choose to, come out with car selection as number 1 because as we know, the cars from last season are all off the board. So that takes a lot of those dominant cars out of the roster order of able to be selected. So car selection might become more important this season than last.
Well, it turns out we've got some information about that. Our first pick has come across. It looks like Team Glovis has selected Victor as the first draft pick of the season. So
Nice.
congratulations, Victor. I'm
Victor,
going to flip over to the
congratulations.
spreadsheet real quick and just fix our audio so that we can fill that in. Hopefully, we've got the audio back if folks could tell us.
Yep. Now you guys got audio? All
Wonderful.
right.
Team 1 captain. All right. Filling in Mr. Glovis. I assume that's what the M stands for. And his first pick, Victor. All right. Pretty
All right.
exciting
Well,
times. What do you think? Victor's strong contender, obviously, right? High in the points. Was nearly first pick, right, or first captain, first place. Almost beat out Team Speedstars. I think he was 0.018 behind him. I think it was.
yeah, yeah. And it looks like yeah, Junkai, what we got? We got another pick. Second pick for which is captain. Berman picks me. Okay.
Oh wow! All right, Berman.
All right. Berman. Here we go, guys. Yeah.
All right, early draft pick. How do you feel, Merck, to be joining Team Team Berman? I can't talk today. I'm so excited. I just can't
I'm
overcome my
excited.
yips. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, I mean, so, we'll put together a good strategy. I think whatever car, that we pick will be a strong one. It'll be good. So, yeah, I'm excited about it.
I think with good reason. It's good stuff. It's exciting times. So let's see. Who do you got? No other
LMS
picks coming through
Nismo
yet.
he's on the
LMS is
clock
up
right
next,
now.
so we'll fill him in on our sheet here as the next. Doesn't Berman pick six? So Anatole asks, doesn't Berman pick six? The order was reversed. So since Berman qualified six, he will pick second. And then the selection order there is going across the bottom of the screen.
And LMS Nismo is picked. He picks Camzilla.
Oh, I put this list backwards, didn't I? He picked Camzilla. That's a Group 4 driver, I believe. I may have had the selection order incorrect at the bottom of the screen on the Chiron. I thought Glovis picked first, then Boost, then Besso, right?
No, the picking order is Glovis. Yeah, Glovis Boost. Oh, yeah. No, I had it backwards.
All right, there we go. That makes more sense.
There we go.
All right, so then Boost selected you, Merc,
Yes,
and
Boost
then
selected me.
third pick would be Mr. Besso, who has taken Camzilla. A strong choice from Besso. I think Cam is a really up and comer. He was scoring a lot of points for us last season rather.
Yeah, so Junkai is picking now.
All right. This will be Junkai.
I have a feeling I know where he's gonna go.
Where do you think he's gonna go?
He's gonna go GT4, I believe.
Who do you think he's gonna take?
He's gonna take the top driver in GT4, probably Dirksey, because Cam got picked.
That seems like it would be a strong yep.
And he goes
Junkai
Dirksey.
selected Dirksey.
He did go Dirksey.
So that's breaking news. Junkai selects Dirksey. And Dirksey is Group 3 this season, is he not? No, he's Group 4. That's my mistake. One day I'll learn how to manipulate spreadsheets and everything will be right in the world. But until then, here are our current selections and captains and everything that have been filled in. No car manufacturers or pick orders have been taken yet on that. Seeing an interesting spread between Group 3, Group 4 scores. I would have thought that one of the strategies would be to lock down a strong Group 4 driver just for the sake of the points. Because you got a whole lot of people that scored in the top 5 of Group 4 that are not captains. So I would have thought, personally, if I was a captain, my picking strategy would probably be to go for a strong point scorer in Group 4 first.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you got to try to shore up. It's all about points at the end of the day, and if you can shore up good, solid points in both leagues, then Yeah, that's the way to go for sure.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of strong drivers still remaining, though. I wonder who's going to come up next. We've got Nismo selecting, so relatively new guy to the league, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if he's got any kind of made any kind of relationships with anybody, or drivers he feels a strong affinity for, good teammates, anything like that. But obviously he himself, very talented, skilled driver, turning in fast times left and right every time he's here.
Yeah, he did. I mean, his qualifying time during qualies was 1:59.607. So less than a tenth off of the fastest, which was Texas Speedstar. So
Oh yeah.
of course all the quality times were close. I mean, all the captains were within a second or so.
Yeah, pretty bonkers. A little bit like the F1 field spread this year, where even if you have a couple of standout wild people out in front, everybody that's right behind them is kind of like within a very small window of each other, right? It promises to be a pretty competitive season for us, I think.
Yeah, it does. It does. But your picks are going to be very, very important here because where you get those points is, I think, points are going to be even closer this year than they were last.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of these things where even just showing up, like, hey, do I have a driver who's going to miss more than one race? Because that, may be a strong consideration at this point, just being absent. You only get that one drop race, and you'd really rather drop it on a poor performance rather than an absence, right?
Absolutely.
Well, some serious deliberation going on behind the scenes here, it would seem. Junkai took Dirksey as our last one. Nismo still, debating, ruminating. I'm sure he's taking in all of the great advice that we're giving here in the broadcast and considering it.
Nobody's picked a car order yet, though. That's the
Ah,
interesting thing.
well, I think
You
that
know,
we may be onto something with the points being king, right? I think everybody understands that this season it really is going to be, I think a game of inches for a lot of teams.
sure, sure it is.
Well, while we wait for Nismo's selection, do you have any thoughts on the available car bank this year, this season? I know that with all of the previous manufacturers off the table, it sure is going to be an interesting mix.
Yeah, I was discussing that with some people, and kind of, my probably go-to, I know what it is, but I'm not going to share it. I'll hold that for my team, but I definitely have a favorite. And but there the width and the depth of cars to pick from that are super strong over and above the others is fairly limited this season. So it's going to be more important this season your car pick than it was last for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think that there are probably a lot of drivers who are in the same boat that I am, which is, I'm not great at selecting a car as far as, Oh, I'm sorry, we have some breaking news.
Ah,
Team Nismo has made its selection. Team Nismo
yes.
has drafted Zen, has drafted
Zen.
Zen. So welcome aboard, Zen.
Congratulations, Zen.
So
Still no car selection.
another early Group 3 pick as well, which
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised by that. Although I guess that a lot of captains probably have some vision that I don't, in the sense that they're probably seeing beyond, a one lap performance and seeing more of the consistency that has been on display for multiple seasons, right? So actually, a driver like Zen. Maybe turned in a slower lap than he normally would have this time around because he is, mastering the wheel and making that transition. But at the same time, having the vision to be able to see that and say that's a point scorer, even if it's not a team captain this season, that's someone who's going to bring home the bacon for the team, and that's good to see.
also he's an excellent strategist when it comes to putting these strategies together. And all right, Berman has made his selection. He has picked Thrasher.
All right,
Congratulations, Thrasher.
congratulations, Thrasher, on Team Berman.
Thrasher, that's a GT4 driver selection there. So a real mix here.
And somehow my spreadsheet has gone off of the rail. Oh, it's because I resized my window. I'm a very smart man. So there we go. That brings that back over into the broadcast correctly. We can see the current list has a surprising amount of group I'm sorry, surprising amount of Group 3 drivers going early, in my opinion. I really do think that there is something going on where folks probably just see a lot more about it than I do. And this is probably why I'm on the back end of the split. But With the car selection being so important this time around, and I think that what I was saying before, I think that a lot of drivers will find themselves in the boat that I'm in, which is not so strong at being able to select that car in the upfront because I don't have a great strategy brain and I don't have a good evaluation for tire wear and all this stuff. But I trust the team captain to really make those decisions or take some input and then make a decision, and then I feel like it's my job to just sort of get my head around the card that the team has selected, right? We're going to kind of deal with the shortcomings of whatever you got. And you know that everything that's been left on the table this season is literally what's been left on the table, right? It is the leftovers from last season. So it might get a little more chaotic than it has been.
Agreed, agreed. And in car selection, you need to know the strengths and weaknesses of each of your team members, and uh, you know, and then choose accordingly. That because again, your points really matter, and what you might be really, really good in. If your team is not good in, or maybe they don't like MR cars or whatever the case might be, then uh, you know, you don't want to do that. And our first car selection, talking about cars, Texas has chosen car selection. So he is going to have first car selection when we have car selection. He'll get
Interest,
first pick.
Interestingly enough, following on the mock draft that Glevis put out into the Red Meat chat channel, this is exactly along the predictions. So I wonder if maybe there were some other truths hidden in that mock draft.
Could be. Could be. So that completes round one of the picks. So we're gonna circle back and we're going back to Glovis, who's back on the clock now. And yep, there he goes. He picks a car as well. Um, so he has car selection number 2 at this point. He was fast on that one. He knew what he was going to do.
Indeed, he was. And it's so fast that I had to basically delete the Chiron that I just typed and type a new one at speed. So, all right. So that we've made one complete round of the captains, and we're coming up on should be Boose's pick next.
Yep.
So Boose also a relatively new guy to the league, is he not?
He is. He joined in just this month, December. I don't remember the exact date, but less than a month ago. So yes, very new member, but came in strong at qualifications, and has participated in several things. So yeah,
Well, despite being new, it seems that he has no problems with indecision as Boos has made his draft selection for round two. Boos drafts Anatole.
Anatole. All right, Anatole had a great season last year. Finished in the top 5 of GT4. So that's a solid pick again.
You got to have those points coming in, right? You want the regular income.
That's right.
It's good stuff. Regular income. I'm not sure if that's how you actually think about the points. I'm sure that the teams think about it that way, but I threw a little joke into the broadcast at Tex about I said betrays bad rack and it backed through it and said selects car. So he had reacted in the chat. I felt that I had to get my giggle on about it. So we
Yeah.
also have a next selection from Team Besso. Besso also taking the car pick.
Car picks start flowing in here now. So um, yeah,
Well, it just underlines the importance of the car selection that we were talking about. Again, I think these drivers are very smart to listen to the broadcast and take their cues from the professional racing coverage team here at Deviant Deviant Racing League.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, and so the first round was a total mix of uh, mostly drivers from GT3, GT4. Now in the second round, we're seeing a lot more cars start to pop up. So you know,
I think that really that
interesting.
the mix that you're seeing across these picks so far in these rounds really probably speaks to the strength of the talent and the diversity of talent inside the league, right? Because you have some early selections that are maybe based on points coming home, other selections that are maybe based on strategy, as you say, Zen. Everybody knows a strong strategist, and then car picks because other folks say, I know that whoever I pick, they've got the talent to be able to get their head around the car. Maybe it's going to be the most important thing to get the car, and they'll be able to bring the points home as long as we have a decent machine for them. So it'll be very interesting to
100%.
see where it goes.
So who's on the clock right now? We've got
Right now,
Junkai.
Junkai is on the clock. But then when his selection pops up, we have to question whether or not we should take it at face value because everybody knows we can't believe his lies.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, is he gonna have a fake pick?
Yeah, Team Junkai picks Ferrari. It's like,
He
what?
psyched everybody out. It wasn't this past season, but it was the season before with the Porsche. You remember that?
I do, yeah. I at that point in my career in the league though, I didn't even know what to make of that. I was like, is that good? Is that bad? I'm not sure what I should be afraid of. Just like at the beginning of last season when everybody was talking about the McLaren, and I when we picked the McLaren and it hadn't been picked before us, I thought, okay, well, I guess I hope these guys are right. Turns out they were right. So sometimes you see something or don't know it. With the Porsche, I didn't even know what the joke was, but I knew that if he was going to be driving it, it seemed like a threat.
Yeah, for sure it was. And he did win that season, so
Mm.
it worked out for him.
We should take a minute to shout out Vic too and his incredible meme review of the qualifying session because I've actually gone back and rewatched that 3 or 4 times. It makes me laugh every single time. He just nailed
Yes,
it. It was great.
that was excellent work, Victor. Great work, great job. That was awesome. Yeah, I have not laughed that hard in quite a while. So, all right. Well, Junkai has made his choice. He has picked the huge jar.
Oh, that's
The
a
huge jar had a
super
great
pick.
season last season.
Okay, there we go. That's a breaking news announcement for Huge Junk. I'm sure that that's a collaboration that's going to go great.
Yes, yes.
And that is
So on the clock next is LMS Nismo. Some captains are really taking their time with their choices, and others seem to already know exactly where they're going to go.
well, taking a look at the current breakdown, there are a couple of strong teams that are really taking shape already. You've got, Glovis and Victor obviously going to be a threat. Boost's team of Merck and Anatol also a threat, but with the car selection maybe in last place for them, they may be dealing with some headwinds. You guys on your team may have some issues there, Merck, but I'm sure confidence abounds. Uh,
Yeah.
Junkai and Dirksey and Huge Jar, that is a big problem. Like that is already shaping up to be team big problem. And Nismo has made his selection for Preston. Congratulations, Preston.
Congratulations, Preston. Well done. Preston will be GT4 this season.
A strong driver, strong competitor. He's a guy who's not afraid to get his elbows out, but he's also a very fair guy. Gives you the room and the respect. It's funny every time we race against each other, we're very, very, very close, and it's always exciting because you always know it's going to be fair, but it's going to be rough, but not rough in a bad way. Rough in a like it's going to be tough to hang on to that, like or tough to catch up to it. He's a strong competitor. It's very exciting to see where he goes this season.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's been a member since July of this current year, 2023. And Berman has made a pick. He has picked you, Bad Rock. You,
Hey, all right.
Team Berman.
Thank you, Berman. Berman's another guy who I'm always chasing on the time trials, and I'm very excited to race with him. He's a very, very, very fast guy, so I hope he's got a better head for strategy than I do.
Strategy is going to be important. You know. So that leaves us with wrapping up
Got
round two, Texas
Speed
Speed,
Stars, who has yet to select a
and
driver.
is yet to select a driver. He's got first car pick, but he has no team driver. So we do know it's going to be a driver pick this
Oh yeah.
time. The question will be: is it GT3 or GT4?
I think if I'm Tex, maybe I'm going Chaotica here. He's a guy who turns in very strong performances on a regular basis. I don't think that qualifying time is reflective of his true pace. I think
Agreed.
that he's probably one of the strongest that's left around.
Agreed. And the interesting thing is the qualities, like I say, they're so close that while a name might not be at the top, when you look at the times, I mean, you're talking less than a second in most cases. So, which is not a lot on a road car Porsche that we qualified with.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It's funny
Um,
that the diversity of opinion about that car really struck me because, like, as I was driving it and thinking, "Wow, I love this car. It feels so planted. Like, I really, I'm just enjoying it." It's a car that I don't have any problem going TC0 on, so I was really enjoying it. And for every thing that I would think about that, I'd get back into the league chat and see someone saying that or seeing someone saying the exact opposite. Like, I can't hold on to this. Like, it's just so squirrely and this kind of stuff. Very interesting to see how that went. Compared to the last qualifier, which was a little bit more of a like I felt like the last qualifier was an interesting test of skills because it was very randomized and very you don't know what's going on. How quickly can you come to grips with this, and what kind of a time can you turn in, with your back up against the wall and no real prior knowledge about what you're dealing with. This one, had some time to practice, and what I thought was interesting is I couldn't turn in a good time until the actual qualifying session. But then in my qualifying session, I was qualifying with people that I had practiced with earlier in the day, and they were routinely beating my scores until we got to the qualifier. So it was very interesting to see too, where like, does that practice help or hurt? I really wonder sometimes.
and Texas has made his choice. He has picked Cowhow. Cowhow goes with Team Texas.
Another strong choice there.
Wrong driver. He's coming up on his 1 year anniversary since he joined the league. And Glovis rapid firing again out with Saito. He chooses Saito. Glovis has his picks nailed down for sure. he's not he's not having to think
Yeah,
about
no, he's.
anything.
I feel like he probably had his mock draft was like alongside his 4 or 5 prospective drafts. So I wanted to give that Chiron a text for a minute, but let's go ahead and update that to Team Glovis puts hands on Saito. How's that work for us?
So starting off, and we're now into round 3, and second pick is going to Boos. Boos chooses the car, so he has fourth car selection. I have my team has fourth car selection, which is good.
So boost car. We're gonna just apparently I'm getting into punny headline mode, so I'm gonna just go ahead and apologize to everybody watching the broadcast if these get a little bit squirrelier than they are already. I'm a bit nuts. We've got another one coming fast and furious. Team Besso selects Floody as his pick.
Floody. I'm surprised Floody lasted this long in the picks. I tell you, he didn't qualify
Yeah.
as he was intentionally didn't want to give anything up, but our GT4 champion last season. So I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. Somebody didn't scoop him up, but good pick, Besso. I would have been interested to see Floody's time in qualies.
would, now do we have a sober time and an intoxicated time for that, or do we call that boost enabled for Floody? I'm not sure what the actual terminology is. I can tell you that I have tried the Floody method and it does not work for me. Like it's the opposite. I feel like for him you can see the tenths of a second fall off the time, and for me you can see the I'm gonna say quarter seconds tack on to the time.
Yeah, same for me. Same as me. I'm the same way.
It's interesting how it works on the golf course though.
It does work in the golf course. Yeah,
A little bit
when
of
you're playing
swiggling,
golf,
yeah.
it works very well, very well.
But
So
it's like there's some kind of a detriment to drinking and driving at the same time. I've never really heard of that, but I'd like to see some studies or some kind of something to tell me what the reality is there. But all right.
and Junkai selects car.
So what do you think Junkai's going with for a car this year? If you're Junkai and you're picking one, two, three, four, five, I don't even know what's on the list to be honest. So there's a question I asked you without having an answer prepared. If you turn it around on me, it's gonna be dead air.
He's 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 an MR driver. He likes MR cars. He prefers MR cars. I suspect he's going to pick some type of MR car that's out there. Which one? I'm not real sure. But the biggest question is his leg. Is his leg going to be back in time
And is he gonna be off the
for the
DL
season to
list? Right.
start?
It's a good question. You talk about
So
the
that
MR
could.
cars. I've always been a big fan of the ASMR cars that they're like vroom, vroom, vroom. Okay. Nismo has made his selection as well and is taking a car pick. So
Cars are
Team
coming
Nismo.
in, so only one car pick left, I believe. And
Well, whatever. I'm gonna just leave it at Nismo. Can't have Nismo. If I had thought this through, slash had done this before, I think we probably would have made this box a little bigger or the font a little bit smaller to accommodate for wordier jokes. So let's see. We got Nismo. Who's coming up next? Berman. He's got one open one open driver slot, or he can get on board for the car selection. But he's dead last in the car, so really the choice here has got to be the driver, right? He's already
got to
left the
be
car for
driver.
last. If he picks car now, yeah, it would be sad. But I'll tell you, with a team of Bad Rocket Thrasher and Berman, you're dealing with there's a couple B's in there anyway. So let's take a look at that team formation. I believe we've been on this live screen for quite a while.
No, we got one coming in.
Berman is picking
He
the
picks
Kuroskai.
Kuroskai. All right.
Rounding out that team.
Solid choice too. Kuroskai almost never misses a race. As a matter of fact, I don't believe he has missed a race in quite some time. So guaranteed points with that, which again is going to be very important.
Very much. So we are coming up on TX Speedstars for the end of the third round, I believe. Yes, third round. I can count. It's funny. It's drink with the driver, but no alcohol has been involved in the production of this live podcast. And what am I doing here? I got the seltzer, a raspberry seltzer going on. Just trying to be respectable. Goodness gracious.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I'm sure. I mean, it's not a time thing really for me. I mean, come on, we're on. It's New Year's Eve. It's New Year's
That's
Eve
right.
day. Oh, New Year's
That's
Eve.
right.
Hey, speaking of, we should give a plug to the New Year's Eve. There's a New Year's Eve Wreckfest event going on tonight, I think. I'm saying that without actually knowing what I'm talking about, but I could swear that I expressed interest in one of those the other day.
I don't have that game. Is it really cool?
Oh, it's great, man. If you like driving cars into other people but still trying to win a race, it's a lot of fun. And it's on, if you're on the PlayStation subscription, it's on like whatever the middle tier of that is. So I don't own it. I just have like whatever that sub is.
Gotcha.
It is not on the events list here, but if somebody in the chat has any details on that, I will happily give it a plug. So
and Texas picks Sully.
Texas picks Sully.
Sully, a relatively new driver since September of 23.
Now, is Sully actually the same person as whoever the joke is that they're the same person, or are they not actually the same person? I've been unclear on that this entire time.
Which one which are you thinking about, the PSN name?
Yes. Well, no, I just think the on Vic's meme there was they were going into the Copa together in Goodfellas, and I can't remember why they were together, but I feel like they keep on seeing the joke that they're the same person. Texas selects Sully because I tried to give myself 15 seconds to come up with a joke there and just couldn't do it. Saito, Sully is Saito. We are the same person. Okay, really? Saito is. I don't believe you.
I don't believe that.
I'm gonna say that's shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yes. Saito doof. All right, so is Sully doof? That would make sense. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Oh, Saito is Sully. So all right, so it's disturbing to me that Vic and Saito are propagating these Junkai like lies.
Oh,
it's like
spreading.
Saito takes the glasses off and he becomes Sully, I believe is how it works. Glovis has made his selection as well for Honda.
Honda joins Glovis. Glovis is shaping up for a good team. Solid contenders.
And that is
Honda had a qualifying time of 2:02.889 in the qualies. So right solid in the GT4 field, almost dead middle. So
well, that's absolutely going to be an interesting team, one to watch there. Glovis and Vic in particular in Group 3 are going to be a hard hard combo to overcome, I think. But
Absolutely.
you've got your Besso in there, you've got Floody, you've got Zen, you got Junkai. These are strong competitors. I'm looking forward to being a good eighth place finisher for my team for most of the season, I believe. Oh, but stop the presses. Besso has selected Golden Oracle. Junkai selected car already. Why is Junkai's next pick car?
That was an interesting one. There was only one car pick left, I believe.
Yeah, but it was already Berman because Junkai took the car quite a while ago, didn't he? Where did the junk car joke come from? Junk car, yeah, it was the beginning of the round. It was one,
Yeah,
two, three, 4, 5 picks ago.
yeah.
So, well,
Yeah. Junkai has already picked car, so they might have a.
we got a little bit of a.
They're trying to figure it out.
Is that who picked Homelander again? Says Vic. Um, not me. You think I would laser eyes me in about 4 seconds? He'd be like, "You talk too much." Zoop, laser eyes. Done.
Oh, here we go. We got something coming in here. There he goes. Chaotica.
All right, Junkai goes
All right.
Chaotica.
Junkai and Chaotica. Two
Actually,
admins on a team.
I believe it's pronounced Kehutica.
Chaotica?
Kautica. I can never get it right. I'm sorry.
Nismo takes Lalo. Lalo joins Team Nismo. He joined also in July of 2023. GT4 driver with a quali time. What was Lalo? He was 2:13.339 in the qualies.
We've almost got some complete teams here. Only 2 drivers left to be selected.
And Berman is on the clock now.
It's exciting times. Not much left. But it's not going to
And
be a car pick. So Tex actually was up,
Tex.
and he took Silo.
Tex, okay. Silo's a longtime member, but this is his first season running in GT, so or anything for that matter. So it will be interesting to see where his times kick in as and place him. He qualified with a 2:07.326.
207. So towards the back, but room for improvement on everybody. It's going to be one of the greatest virtues for me joining this league actually was being able to race against other people and get faster by being scolded by them frequently for driving poorly. So I don't know how well that's worked out with that fun night highlight that came up the other day where I was turning 360 between 3 cars on the safest reentry of all time, but definitely the league has improved my driving abilities. It may not be evidenced in every highlight.
That was a good video. I like that because when I was watching, I was like, "Whoa!" I mean,
Yeah,
the cars
nuts.
just right on each side.
Oh, I missed Boose's pick of the 4th car, and I don't think I'm missing. Junkai's team doesn't win it. I'll be shocked. Anatole says I need to update Boose's roster, and I feel like I must have missed something for him, but I don't see it. He got the car. He got Anatole. Yeah, I think it's up to date. Um, I think it should still Boost should still have a pick left unless I missed something, right? He picked you and he picked the car.
um, yeah, we still got a couple drivers somewhere. They missed somebody, I believe.
Devin has not been selected yet.
Yeah, and it was Berman. Berman did not make a selection after Nismo. It was
No, he
Nismo.
got Kurskei.
Oh, did he? Okay. All right, he got Kuriskai.
So yeah, Devin SG I believe is the unselected driver. Um, Yeah, that's what I think. I think that so that would, I think, put him on Team Boost. Devin was Boost. Oh, so maybe I missed it. So there we go.
Running through the roster here,
Yep,
looking what we
that's
got.
we've got all the holes filled there anyway. So let's take a look at the team spreadsheet here. So you got Team Glovis there, consisting of Victor, Saito, and I think it's Hi-Fi Honda. Maybe it's Honda Honda is the easiest way to say it. Team Boost consisting of yourself, Mercury, Anatole, and Devin 5G. Coming up, Team 3, captained by Besso, we've got Floody, Camzilla, and Golden Oracle. Team 4, captained by Junkai, we've got Chaotica, Dirksy, and Huge Jar. Team 5, by Nismo, we've got Zen, Preston, and Lalo. Not sure how you say it. Let's go Lalo. You got me on my knees, Lalo. Then you've got, woo. I'm going to take that
Ooh.
back. I'd like to, can we use a second take on that? Anyway, moving on. We've got Team Berman, Team 6 Berman, starring myself, Bad Rap Jones, Thrasher, and Kuriskai. And then Team 7, captained by TX Speedstars, our reigning champion captain, Team McLaren, with Cowhouse, Sully, and Silo. So a lot of interesting teams there to watch. And then the car pick order will go Tex up front, then Glovis, Besso, followed by Boos, Junkai, and then Nismo and Berman. So this is going to be a very interesting season, I think, Mark. What do you think?
I think it is, and I think in short order you're going to become a meme here. It's looking like.
It's a miracle I haven't been already.
Victor he's on his way.
Well, yeah, at least I'll live forever, I suppose.
That's right. That's right.
All
That's
right.
right. Well,
So
there you have it. So everybody, so that is your teams for GT3 and GT4 for both leagues and the car selection order. So your point of order now is to get with your teams inside the Discord. Captains is develop a private chat with your teams and invite those folks, and you'll want to you know kind of have a chat with everybody to try to develop which cars you're going to pick. And that will be next. Car selection will be on Saturday, I believe, the 6th. It will be between just captains only and the admin staff. So just kind of you have a week to prepare your car selection. And yeah, and then we get started with our first race on, well, the 7th is going to be endurance. So hope everybody's ready for that. And then the 14th, here we go. GT starts. So
right back into it. No rest for the wicked, right?
that's right. That's right. And I got one more cool thing to show you guys. I know some of you have been asking within the Discord about Sunday Cup. It is coming back, and we're going to throw that schedule up right now.
And we're up.
And there you are. That is your GT or your Sunday Cup schedule. And that will start the first race on January 21st.
Cannot wait for that season either. The tuner stuff, gonna miss the Clubman Cup stuff for the tuners. I'm sure that there are gonna be other tuner races in here too, because there always are. But that was when I joined the league earlier this year. That was the first season I got involved in, and I happened to catch just the beginning of that Sunday Cup. So for that first season and the last season that just passed us by, that's almost been like the connective tissue of getting me into the league, and then was sort of the pipeline for me getting into the GT3, GT4 stuff. So super awesome. Looking forward to it, and I hope that if any of the new guys that have joined the league haven't had the opportunity to check that out, give it a look. Really a fun series of races that it's worth a look.
It is, and it's a bit of a throwback this season. So there's a lot of old stuff in there that will be running, and some will be BOP, some of it will be open tune, and different rules. So rule sheets will come out periodically. We'll start releasing those over the next week or so, and you'll start getting that information. So everybody's got a busy new year, a lot of work to be done, a lot of discussions to be had, and thanks for joining us, guys, on our first live podcast for this draft pick, and you know, we'll try to do this again maybe for something else down the road.
I would love to do it. Thank you very much for having me. This has been an absolute blast. I think it's a great way for us to cover this too. I think it's a lot of fun for the guys in the league, and I know I'm just so excited for the season. Like the only way I could be more excited than I am right now is if I hadn't been involved in this broadcast and was just sitting back watching it, waiting for the next stuff to come across. So really good time. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we did, and thanks for having me, Merc. Really great to be here.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you. And thank all you guys. So, again, get with your teams, and Discord discussion ought to be interesting. So, it begins new season 3.1.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.